Now, 322 could be when the book of Revelation is opened. It could be that explosion that begins World War III. It could, it could be the rising day, in other words, when World War III would begin. So, an excellent comment here from Blower05. And we can go to their YouTube site. Um, Various videos they've got. I always like promoting other people's YouTube channels that would come here and contribute. So, and there they are. Said, please note that the center of iPad Go, y'all, which the original iPad Go video, which was taken down, it was 727 in length, which, by the way, that was Earl's birthday, 727. It is the exact midpoint of that was 3 minutes, 43 and a half seconds. That's half of 727. And what this person's saying is it's exactly 223 seconds. And when you take 3 minutes, 43 seconds, that does add up to 223 because 3 minutes is 60, 60 plus 60 minutes. So that's 180 minutes plus the extra 43 seconds. It's 223 seconds for this year, 223, or the date 1223. And he says the winter solstice is 22/12. And yeah, it was basically on the 21st and the 22nd, depending on where you were on the earth. And he says that's just like 22/2 plus 1, also 22/3. iPad Goat shows the rolling apple to the letters VC appearing like an LC. And the LC would stand for loose change, an American coup. But the VC would stand for, so a lot of things, again, have a two-way go, double meanings, triple meanings, layered meanings. It is also, just like in the Word of God, it's the same thing. Book of Revelation, um, Mystery Babylon, the whore, it's the spirit, it's the divine feminine spirit, but it's also that great city, which Jerusalem, Jerusalem, that killeth the prophets, Jesus said. It also is then where Jesus was murdered, and then it's also where the abomination of desolation will be set up. And so two-way goes all the way around, like the whore of Babylon is a city, and yet it's a spirit. Jerusalem is God's land, yet it's Satan's land, depending on which time frame you're talking about, because it shifts back and forth, belonging to both. So what I told him was, with all this 223 or 322, Trump is 283, which 83 is murder code, 28,000 days old, 322. So he is 28,322 days old on 1229. That's 1229. 1229 is the 201 prime number, the 201st prime number, event 201. I want you to also look at Trump's age, 7 years, 6 months, 15 days. So let's go over that. 77615. What's in the heart of that? 761. When you add 404 verses of Revelation with 357 verses of Daniel, the two end times books, you get 761 as the sum. My birthday is 7/6/1961, which is a fusion of 761. My first address was 404. This is what the Lord had appointed me to do, no doubt. Trump is 404 6 weeks on that day. But the 322 in the days and the 761 combination of years, months, days, that's really big stuff, along with the 404 in his weeks. 1229 is either the 86ing day rising on New Year's Eve, which is the day of the dead blower, or he goes down 1227 and rises. So event 201 and the 322 is about his rising. Because what this person showed us in the comments was that Skull and Bones is Day of the Dead. All this time we think of Skull and Bones. And then when you look at the Day of the Dead logo, Day of the Dead. When you
These pictures should match.
When you look up Day of the Dead, you see the skull. And you see their bones. Their skeletons. In the beginning of James Bond, he was wearing the skull skeleton cap along with the bones shirt. So he was both. Opening of Spectre, James Bond. So when we go to it, it begins with the dead are alive with two big bass drums. When you turn the volume up, it's like boom, boom. The dead are alive. And so that means he's alive really on the third day, which would mean he goes down on 322 day and rises on New Year's Eve. If you're going to go by iPet Goat. And so you see that he's got the skeleton. He is skull and bones. So thank you for that. I never, ever, ever picked up on Day of the Dead is Skull and Bones. Never picked up on that until that comment said it. And I don't even know if he meant to say it. He just said, please note also that the center of iPet Goat of the film showing a skull and bone. And I was like, well, it's showing Day of the Dead. Ooh, wait. That's the same thing. It's the same thing. So Skull and Bones and Day of the Dead, if I'm actually listening to what I'm saying, that means he's rising on 1229, doesn't it? Because it opens with the dead are alive. I would have to really crank this up to give you the sound of the bass drum. And again, sometimes my speaker with my microphone, it doesn't give you everything. The sound isn't great. It's a little delayed, a little muffled. The dead are alive. And so you heard the drum beat, hopefully. And if the dead is now alive, that means he's risen. And if Day of the Dead is Skull and Bones, that means he rises on 28,322 days old. Right? This stuff's tough. This is very difficult stuff. There's no doubt about it. All right, anyway, thank you, contributor, for that. Let me know what you think down in the comments. Love you.